The future of open retail is taking shape in India as the nation rolls out the open network for digital commerce. In pursuits of increasing e-commerce, penetration in India to 25% of consumer purchases in the next 2 years. ONDC will provide a common digital space for buyers and sellers with the goal of democratizing e-commerce by transforming it from a platform-centric paradigm to an open network for buying and selling goods and services. ONDC can certainly transform India's e-commerce sector. However, there are a few gray areas that still need to be clarified. So, what benefit does the open network for digital commerce offer? So, like ONDC is keen to level the playing field for e-commerce operators and widen the digital market accesses for micro, small and medium enterprises and small traders in the country. Additionally, it will help new entrants by bringing discoverability, interoperability and inclusivity. So, existing e-commerce platforms operate in a compartment and are strictly regulated. ONDC will empower suppliers and consumers by breaking the monopoly of giant platform to drive innovation and transform business in sectors like retail, food and mobility. So, like consumers can potentially discover any seller product or services in a common platform, thus increasing freedom of choice for consumers. It will enable the consumers to match demand with the nearest available supply. This would also give a consumer the liberty to choose their preferred local businesses. So, like specification and network protocol, if I am talking about it will set protocols for cataloging and vendor match and price discovery on an open sources basis like the unified payment interface. Snapdeal is the first e-commerce platform to get on the open network. So, what is open source? Open sources implies that the technology or code deployed for the process is freely made available for everyone to use, redistribute and modify. For instance, the operating system of iOS is closed source. It cannot be legally modified or used, whereas the Android operating system is open source, making it possible for smartphone manufacturers such as Samsung, Nokia, Xiaomi, etc. Or like matchup concern, if I'm talking about, so smaller businesses with a low volume may lack the resources to match the discount offered by heavyweight like Amazon and Flipkart. These two global giants, poured a combined $24 billion into India and capture 80% of the online retail market with aggressive discount and promotion of preferred sellers. It is certain that there might be a mismatch in payment gateway compatibility between the different platforms. The goal of seamless transaction may be compromised. A different e-commerce platform do not accept all mode of payment, as it remained unclear as to how various e-commerce norms will apply to ONDC and how ONDC fits into the entire legal landscape of e-commerce in India. Question arises about liability. Case of consumer facing any issue regarding the transaction of the quality of product or services delivered. So, like digital infrastructure and literacy, the government need to be build a better digital space for e-commerce to outside the dominant e-commerce platform. Along with this, it's important to create a proper digital education policy that takes into account various languages and a user-friendly interface for the benefit of the consumers as well as sellers. So, bringing the tens of millions of existing Kirana stores onto the platform will require a massive, well-funded adoption campaign. Like ONDC can enhance the implementation of various schemes like Pradhan Mantri Vandhan Yojana. And scheme aims for enhancing the livelihood of forest dependent tribes through aggregation, processing and forward sales of forest produce. The scheme has been operating since 2018, but a bulk of sales still take place at local hard bazaar or village mandis and are restricted to local traders. ONDC can provide them to reach on a scale enjoyed by any other big brand, such as integration would also add significant value to consumer choices marching towards healthy and sustainable options. There should be a secured single window to navigate both the demand and supply side problems like information, asymmetry, PQ pricing, quality and product concern, and buyer seller. So that was the important discussion. Thank you so much.